I really wanted to talk about this topic a long time ago, and that topic is hypergamy. Well, the concept of hypergamy is that women only date across and up in terms of the socio-economic. Well, personally, I believe hypergamy is very very bad instinct, and it should be, you know, and I don't believe it's, 100% an instinct. Because if it was an instinct, it should make men more depressed, more motivated than rather than depressed. Just like, the red pillars, you know, these people in the manosphere say. You know what I mean? But in reality, we don't see men more motivated. We see them more depressed. We see them more hopeless. We see them more lonely. You know, we see them less productive to society. That's why I don't believe it's a natural. I mean, if it was a natural, then the human male mind would have accepted it, right? But I see many young people, they don't accept it. They become upset when they hear about it. They believe it's evil, right? And I believe it's evil too. It's wrong to date someone for his money and status, or just because he's better than you in the terms of money and status. If you believe that, that's a good thing. It's on you. But me personally, I believe it's, and I'm sure many young and old men will agree with me. Why do you see, married men feel used, feel depressed? Just because of that, what's so-called instinct, right? But that's why I believe it's a bad instinct. Like, it's so wrong. It feels so wrong. You know what I mean? Um, they say, oh, the only, top percentage of men get all the women. Meanwhile, the majority rest of the men, they deserve to be single, or, well, I believe it's a BS. Because the root of it is evil. Wanting to date someone for his socio-economic, or just because he's better than you, or you have to be useful in order to be loved. Come on, it feels so wrong. And I'm sure many men would agree with me, right? It's so wrong. you know um, I mean, if they say the top percentage of men get all the action. Meanwhile, the majority of men don't get nothing. And that should make you more motivated. But I don't see that. Whether it's me or other men, they are not more motivated. They are more depressed. They are more hopeless. They are less productive when they don't, when they don't have an intimate partner that loves them for an inherited things, not just money and your fame or how useful you are. You get me? You know, you know, you know. Yeah, I mean, that's why I really don't believe it's a natural thing. Because they say, oh, look at the other species of animals where all the male compete for females. Well, the other male animals have a mating season, so the males need or want for female is you know a limited time in the year, you know couple of months, 4 months. But they are not, their sex drive like us is so high all the time, and they don't rely on emotions in the mating. We rely on emotions in the mating. That's why you see the incels are depressed. Meanwhile, they can get sex, right, from escorts, but they don't. They want someone to genuinely love them, or inheritedly for inherited values. But when you say men don't have an inherited value, you will see more depressed men. You will see more men are willing to give up. You will see more men committing suicide. You will see more men leaving society. That's the reality of it. You can't change the reality. That's the average human male mind respond to these dumb ideas that only the top percentage get all the action, or you don't have any inherited value. Go to incels, the videos where incels harass women or attack women. You will see other incels laughing at that woman. Meanwhile, the woman is the victim. But they hate the whole society. They hate all the women just because the society told them you're, you know, you have to be useful in order to be loved. You have, or women telling them you have to be that top alpha man, in order to get some action. See men today, or young men, how they are depressed, how they are hateful and resentful towards women or their society. Well, that's a natural thing. Of course, when you tell someone, to that you have no value other than your money and status or status, call them in English. Of course, you're gonna get this response. Of course, you're gonna get this results. What do you expect? Of course, they're gonna be hopeless. But you say, oh, it's gonna make them more hypergamy and these other things. It's gonna make them more motivated, more willing to. No. When they get a girlfriend, when they loved inheritedly, they will become more motivated, they become more protective, you know, because they are accepted. But when they are rejected and told them they have they have to be useful in order to be loved, of course they're gonna be more depressed. Of course they're gonna be more hateful, more resentful towards, society, towards women. Of course they're gonna, attack other women and hate women. And I'm not justifying it, but that's a normal result for telling someone you don't have no value. The other sex only have the value. Is to shame someone for their biological needs. Meanwhile, all women ridiculous standards, they don't get shamed. They will go, oh, you go girl, you deserve the best. Meanwhile, when a man want just a female, he get bashed, he get called entitled, he gets shamed for his biological needs, for his emotional needs. You say, oh, no one owe you, no one, or suck it up, or man up. That's that's silliness, man. That's pretty much what I wanted to say.